Hello friends, and happy holidays! I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say it's only November. Well, I will say this. I'm filming this in September, so it could be worse. But I wanted to come out with a little Nancy Drew gift guide for gifts to get your friends, family, co-workers, for Christmas or Hanukkah, even yourself, because you know, you're the person who knows best what you like. We all know about Her Interactive's online store, which has some amazing things, but in this video I wanted to highlight more of the small shops that are operated by fans and acknowledge how many amazing Nancy Drew creators that are out there selling their wares on Etsy or Redbubble or wherever else. I'll be linking every one of the shops in the description of this video in order of when I mention them. So if you're interested in any of the items, you know where to go. Let's get started. The first store I wanted to highlight is Never Stop Drawing on Etsy. They make a lot of different Nancy Drew artworks. Look at this one of Jane from Blackmore Manor. Perfectly captures the creepiness. I love how these kind of remind me of a series of unfortunate events. I don't know what it is about them, but they just have those vibes, like this kind of like creepy Tim Burton-esque vibes. Like they're so cool. Like I love this Ghost Dogs one. So if you know someone who's looking for some home decor, maybe they just moved into a new apartment, maybe they just want more things, maybe they just discovered Nancy Drew and want to show their love of the games on their walls, then this is the shop for you. Next is this item by the shop Kate Drew Designs. So of the things I'll be mentioning, I'll either be mentioning specific items where there's usually just like kind of one Nancy Drew item in the shop, or like a whole store that sells a bunch of Nancy Drew items. For this store, Kate Drew Designs, this was the item that particularly caught my eye. It's a collection of like Nancy Drew stickers. I believe you print them out yourself, so you'd have to get like sticker paper or just like use them in collages or such. But they're really nice. Like they've got this little cool color palette on the side, and they seem to be like kind of watercolors. Such a nice thing to like put on your laptop. Like, especially that laptop sticker on your laptop, imagine. In terms of stickers, we also have these ones from Emerald Venom Art. Now, I'm mainly highlighting items that are to do with the Nancy Drew games, because that's my personal obsession. But I thought I'd put a bit of variety in here. Some like have more to do with the Nancy Drew books, and this one in particular is about the new Nancy Drew show. But I just loved these illustrations, these stickers so much that I had to include them. They're so neat. So they've got to the design of like, I guess this is like the restaurant Nancy works at in the show. I've never seen even a single episode of the show, so I'm not an expert. And then like the designs of the characters from the show in an actual like Nancy Drew book cover. I think this is like the coolest thing, and that like obviously the formatting is perfect. Like, it looks exactly like a classic Nancy Drew book cover, and this nice little classic design of a flashlight. Honestly, I think you could like have this even if you weren't like a fan of the show. I think that's just a classic for any kind of Nancy Drew fan, whether you like, you know, the show, the games, the books, the movie with Emma Roberts, whatever you like, whatever is your Nancy thing. Next up, we have this shirt from A Pop of Culture Designs. If you can see in the similar items, they also have actually a shirt that is related to the Bayside Claw, which again, I think is the restaurant from the TV show, but I was looking specifically at this shirt, a River Heights High class of 1930 high school shirt. This one is subtle and like throws back to, you know, classic Nancy Drew, her origins in 1930. And I think it would also be really good for like a Nancy Drew cosplay. I was actually considering getting this for Nancy Drew cosplay. That's how I found it in the first place. Next, we have Rika Cub Designs. They have a variety of different items. Like they've had different ones in the past. Let's see. Yeah, like they've had like some stickers and such. So they're constantly changing up kind of the stuff they have in their store, and it might even be different by the time I post this video. Currently they've got like a little Shadow Ranch bookmark. Look at that, with Nancy, Tex, and Mary Yazzie. Nancy just third-wheeling Tex and Mary Yazzie on this bookmark. You could put that in your Nancy Drew book. That would be perfect. And I think the real highlight is the two pins. They just look like such good quality. They're not like, you know, like the button pins. They're actually like metal pins. Oh my god, this is the last restock. Maybe this won't even be available when I release this video. Hopefully it will though. And this is my personal favorite, the Whale World pin. I fucking love Whale World. You know what they say, whales rule. Next is a more high-end item, but I just love these so much, and I would honestly kind of am tempted to buy them for my own bookshelf. but there are these Nancy Drew bookends with two different silhouettes of Nancy, like a more modern one and a more classic one, which I love. These would be perfect to display either your Nancy Drew book collection or your Nancy Drew game collection or your Emma Roberts Nancy Drew movie disc. I just think they seem like really great quality, like metal bookends that are like handmade. Like, that's pretty incredible. That's like a one-of-a-kind gift right there. Now, if I know my Nancy Drew fans correctly, I know that we all are a sucker for a good mystery. We spend our lives longing to find a secret passage, and I think this is potentially the closest we may get to a proper mystery, is a book with a secret compartment within it. That's so cool, and it's a Nancy Drew book, which makes it even better. Password to Larkspur Lane. I think they do different books, so you don't have to get Password to Larkspur Lane. Yeah, I see one up there that's Shadow Ranch, but this is like just such a neat little fun thing. When you're an adult and you grow up, you start getting gifts that are all very practical, like blenders and kettles and such, but sometimes you just want something that's just for fun and makes you feel like a real detective at heart, and this book would be perfect. Next, from Craft E Studios, we've got this classic Nancy and Ned and Bess and George and Frank and Joe poster. I know these kind of designs are all over the place with different groups and such, like the Beatles or what have you, or Harry Potter. But I think this one is one of the coolest I've seen. It's very nice, very minimalist. It would go with kind of any decor scheme you've got going on. A Nancy Drew fan would automatically understand what you're referencing. From Girl Detective Shop, we have this set of not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 Nancy Drew inspired buttons for Wickford Castle, Beach Hill Museum, Halt from Danger on Deception Island, if you want to tell people to vote for Halt, Ghost Chasers, I believe that's John Gray's show from Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon, and then Minette's House of Design. They also feel like things that would exist within the Nancy Drew universe. Like, I can see someone picking up a free little Beach Hill pin at the museum, or getting a Vote Halt pin in honor of his campaign. Again, probably would be cool in a cosplay as well. Okay, this is a really cool one. This is more of the bookish kind of thing, but I think it would be great for any Nancy Drew lover. I feel like almost everyone who really likes Nancy Drew, they kind of, transfer between the different forms of media. Like, people who like the games also end up liking the books, or people who like the books will attempt to watch the show, and everyone of course loves Emma Roberts in the Nancy Drew film, but this is a little mystery book box. I love this. It's kind of like a blind date with a book kind of thing, but Nancy Drew themed, so it comes with a Nancy Drew book and a few other bits and pieces, maybe multiple Nancy Drew books. Let's read this. A classic Nancy Drew book. It's a surprise. Also added some fun gifts, perfect for the mystery lover, and made a few little things as well. That's so nice that it's kind of a personalized touch. It looks like this one in their example has hot chocolate, a magnifying glass, a secret item, and they look like they really take care in packaging it as well. This is why I love to kind of look for the fans and the items they make rather than her interactive, because they could put such care into the things they create. It makes it feel even more special. Look how nicely that's packaged. You can tell they've really spent time making it look cool, and that this person is a really big Nancy Drew fan. It seems like there's quite a few things in this mystery book box. I think it'd be incredible opening that and going, whoa! and the surprise of finding out which classic Nancy book you got. And that's from Emerald City, Canada. From Atomic Fi Designs, we've got a very nice Nancy Drew mug. When you're playing a Nancy Drew game and you're just trying to get cozy, you want some hot chocolate or some tea, well, this is the perfect mug to put it in. Look at that. Can't check that off yet. A classic Nancy Drew quote, and I think the graphic design for this is really nice, how they've presented the quote. It's very classy. Now, from the Throwback Shop, we've got this amazing It's Locked sticker. This design is so cool. It's very 70s, very funky. I believe they have a few more Nancy Drew items. Let's see. Yeah, they've got a few other things, that Stay Sleuthy print, that's pretty cool. Get a Clue, that's obviously intended to look like Nancy Drew. These are really fun designs. I love the colors they use and the fonts. And then we've got Garden of Clovers. they just released this really cool Halloween-inspired Nancy Drew collection. So they've got like, oh my god, look at this. Look at that. It's a notebook that looks like a classic Nancy Drew novel. And it's Halloween-themed with Nancy as a witch holding up a pumpkin. That is so cool. Perfect to use, actually, when you're making notes while playing Nancy Drew games. Perfect Nancy Drew notebook, if you will. And this special Nancy Drew Warnings at Waverly Academy witch sticker. Look at that. The attention to detail is really cool in this as well. You can see like her ID pin and then like the little black cat letter. Presents a very like sexy Nancy Drew. Oh my god, imagine Nancy like showing that skin off at Waverly Academy. Woo-wee! I actually had been looking at the sticker for a while. It's from the same shop, Garden of Clovers, but it's like book themed, and it's a classic Secret of Shadow Ranch design, I believe from like the inside covers of the older books. That is so cool. I love Shadow Ranch. It's my favorite Nancy Drew book, my favorite Nancy Drew game. So if you're anything like me, this is like a really nice thing to get, and I love like the retro design, the blues. Next, I'm gonna go look at a few items from Redbubble, and I know Redbubble is kind of a shady site. Lots of people like repost things on there, but the stores I found all seemed pretty trustworthy. Actually, first is someone I know is trustworthy, because it's my friend Brooke, whose store is called The Clue Crew. Actually, she has a Twitch. I will link it in the bio. But she's got a bunch of classic Nancy Drew stickers and such. Best of all, Professor Hotchkiss sticker. I want Professor Hotchkiss's head on everything I own. Little things you probably wouldn't like expect but are really nice, like the Diamond Thief article as a sticker. That's cool. Next we have the store Seasonally Artsy. What drew my attention were these Nancy Drew location stickers for, oh my god, look at that Shadow Ranch one. That is absolutely gorgeous. Like the colors in that. Oh my god, the orange. Yeah, imagine that on your water bottle. How lovely. They've also got Shadow at the Water's Edge, White Wolf of Icicle Creek, Ghost of Thornton Hall. I love the roses in that design. Haunting of Castle Malloy, Creature of Capu Cave, The Deadly Device. They kind of remind me of old-timey stickers that you would see on like suitcases and stuff, like travel stickers. There's one for Trail of the Twister as well. Treasure in the Royal Tower, yes. There's got to be at least one Nancy Drew game that they've created a sticker on that the person you're buying for likes. Next we have EADE, and they've got some more nice Nancy Drew stickers. Oh my god, I love this one. The dad hat with like Abby's palmistry hand. And like, you know, if you didn't know this was Nancy Drew, it would just look like a really cool design. And it being inspired by Message in a Haunted Mansion, one of the best Nancy Drew games, makes it even better, honestly. Perfect for someone who's like really like into like witchy things as well as Nancy Drew. Another Redbubble item. This one is sold by Morgan Ray, which is a shirt that has the symbol for Topham School for the Study and Development of Paranormal Powers. Oh my god, look at the design of that. The colors are so gorgeous. Want to be like seem like a proud alumni of the Topham School for the Study and Development of Paranormal Powers? There you are. Your opportunity is here. And obviously you can get in a bunch of different designs. Next we have the shop Schmerb on Redbubble. They've got a more Nancy Drew stickers. A lot of stickers on Redbubble. That's kind of like a theme, but they've got so many good ones. Like, look at that! The Curse of Blackmore Manor, the plants. Like, that is such a unique, cool idea for a sticker. I like that they've got a bunch of, like, sticker sets. And if you wanted to get one of the best Nancy quotes ever, Semper Ubi Sububi, you can get that. Let people know. Always wear underwear. Freak out any people who know Latin. Here's another Redbubble sticker set by X Alligator X, which is a design, they call it menu accents, so it's just like a lot of classic flourishes and touches from the older Nancy Drew games. If you're like a nostalgic Nancy Drew gamer like me, like the older games or like grew up with the older games, they're perfect for you. The thing I like about stickers as well is they're like quite inexpensive, so if you're on a budget or like, you know, you're buying gifts for a lot of people and maybe you want to get something for someone you don't know as well, so you don't want to get something too big, but you still want to get them something because you appreciate them. Stickers are like the perfect thing to buy, and there's so many options out there. Like I'm saying, you can buy them for like any game possible, for like any type of Nancy Drew player. No matter if they prefer the newer games or the older ones, there's something for them out there. Now we have Kaylee J. White, who has a bunch of stickers and other things. A lot of classic quotes. Another great choice for a Nancy Drew notebook, the Fatal Error screen, also made as a shirt. So if you want to give someone a threatening message just walking down the street, just tell them, you've made a fatal error. Call 1555 Mystico and prepare to be amazed. That's like a perfect font. I love the font design for that one. And remember, niacin. That one's so funky. Last out of my Redbubble picks, we've got Sleuth Style. And you know it's got style even just from this like banner and the icon. They also have a recently released Halloween collection. I believe they're just like kind of inspired by a lot of fictional detectives. Yeah, like Jessica Fletcher from Murder, She Wrote. But there's so many great Nancy Drew designs. I love the colors. Like, this person obviously really has a good grasp of, like, colors, color palettes, design in general. Like, the fonts are so cool, like that kind of wavy font for the monsters. And this design you can get in, like, a variety of different things, like stickers, and this is a notebook. Again, you're gonna have so many choices for Nancy Drew notebooks. It's gonna be hard. You're gonna have to work through a lot of Nancy Drew games to use them all. And they got a few different like color variations, like this one Mystery Solved notebook. There's like this blue, this beautiful mustard with the lilac, this pink, this nice dusky pink. There looks like there's one inspired by the TV show, so again, like all types of different Nancy Drew content. Postcards, so if you were looking for like a Christmas card, say, that would be perfect. I love that this like store's whole theme is around like fictional female detectives, because that's one of my major obsessions. The designs are so gorgeous and well thought out and well designed. Okay, and for my last two items, they're actually not from either Etsy or Reddit. They are from the site Nancy Drew Fans, which is like a kind of a collective thing of a bunch of Nancy Drew fans, but they have a whole bunch of items they make. They're mainly themed around the games, but there's like so many really nice things you can get on here. They've got a huge variety of things like leggings, bags, and stuff. So I just found like a few little ones that I really liked, especially, and I thought would appeal to a lot of people. One of which is this really nice necklace, like a really classy way to show your love for Nancy Drew. It's like a metal design with a classic silhouette. As they say, it's sleuth-tacular. How could you resist? Another thing I really like from them, and one that is perfect to give as a Christmas present, is a 2022 calendar. Do people even still use calendars? I still like calendars, but this one's really nice. It's got a bunch of designs based on like the 1930s book covers, which are all really neat. I really want to order them so I can just see them up close in person. But they do have a variety of different Nancy Drew calendars. This isn't the only one available. They've got different illustrations and book covers, but I thought the 1930s one was the coolest in my personal opinion. Hello, it's me again. This is future Chloe, although when you watch this it'll be past Chloe. Confusing. But I just wanted to say I actually ended up ordering a few of the items that I mentioned in this video, so I wanted to share some of my thoughts and impressions on them for you. First, I got 2 stickers. These items are all from Redbubble, by the way, and Redbubble has this devilish way of doing things where they're like, oh hey, I see you like notebooks. How would you like 5 notebooks? And then all of them are 20% off. Don't tempt me, Redbubble. Don't do it. Anyway, I got these 2 stickers. One from the Clue Crew and one from EADE. It's the Professor Hotchkiss, her little face. And then, who has called me forth from the great beyond? From Message in a Haunted Mansion. Sorry, the light is kind of shining on them, but honestly I'm pretty impressed. They're like pretty good quality. It's kind of like a thicker, kind of more like vinyl sticker paper, and they're really quite big stickers, especially the crystal ball. If you see, like, this ain't your regular sticker. I mean, they're called large, but I think I got the smallest sizes available, and they're still pretty massive. I'm so excited to put these on my laptop. They're gonna look so good, and I can have little Hotchkiss watching me while I play Nancy Drew. And then I got 3 items from Sleuth Style. First, I got this postcard because I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna put this up on my wall as like an art print. I love the vibes of this postcard. The colors are so gorgeous. And then I got 2 notebooks. Here we go. They're beautiful. What would Nancy do? And Not Afraid of Monsters. Sorry, my lights are so bright, so you can't really see. It's better if I hold them diagonally like this, but I'm so excited for these. I'll just like hold up one at a time while I'm talking about them. I decided to get the spiral bound. You can get like various different formats of notebook, or at least one other kind of notebook. Quite decent size lines. Like you can't see that at all, but they're like in between being too big and too small. I like that. There's also a fun little pocket in the back if you wanted to put any mementos. And the design, of course, is gorgeous. It's kind of got this kind of aesthetic, kind of grainy like texture. It kind of sounds bad, but I swear it's like, it's really nice. It adds kind of a softness to the design. I'm so excited. This is where I'm going to put all my Nancy notes. I've actually already started writing in this one, although I should go to prison because I was writing for Barrow Hill, The Dark Path instead of an actual Nancy Drew book. But I was channeling the Nancy energy. So I just want to say I wholeheartedly recommend the items from like all of these shops that I have bought from. Redbubble in general, I was pleasantly surprised because I kind of had a kind of poor opinion on Redbubble. I hope that puts you at ease if you were thinking about ordering from any of these shops, or Redbubble in particular. I heartily recommend. That's my review of the goodies I got. Very happy, very satisfied. There you go. That was my selection of the perfect gifts to get for the Nancy Drew lover in your life, whether it's for Christmas or Hanukkah or maybe at another time of the year. Who knows? Even if these specific items aren't available at the time when you go to purchase these things, I think they still will have a whole variety of different amazing items available in these stores, because these creators are doing absolutely fantastic work, each and every one of them. And I think it's really important to recognize and celebrate the Nancy Drew fans, because we're the ones truly who are keeping this fandom alive. I hope you got some good inspiration from this, even if it's just something that you want to buy for your very own self. There's no shame in that. Treat yourself, that's what I say. And you can feel good about supporting a fellow Nancy Drew fan while you're at it. Thank you for watching. Just a reminder, everything will be linked in the description. Happy